latest, the greatest in science news.
That's right. Our producer has selected the top headlines for science over the last month. Really more than last month. It's the last 2 months because we took a month off in January so we could all rest.
And we enjoyed that rest. But we were going to need your help because we don't know what these headlines are. Our producer picked them out. We're going to need your help reading them out to us from the screens. So as we go, we'll ask you to help us out in doing that. There may also be an image in there that we'll have you describe. But we'll go ahead.
Just to clarify, before that, I just want you all to know, we don't know what these headlines say. We were not privy to that information beforehand. This is part of improv. And that's just to set your expectations at the right level.
So anyway, let's go ahead and jump into this first headline. If we could get y'all's help in reading this out to us.
Discovery of punk and emo fossils challenges our understanding of mollusks.
Punk and emu?
Emo!
Punk and emo fossils challenges our understanding of mollusks.
Mollusk, yeah. Mollusks are creatures with shells.
I'm still not sure I understand the headline. I'm imagining them with mohawks. I heard punk and emo.
Oh,
Yeah.
Punk and emo fossils.
Yeah.
That's right.
These are creatures with shells, and punk and emo fossils are the shells that like get really gnarly. There was a whole period of time in the Precambrian era when it just went wild. Like now they've kind of like settled into a rhythm of tight little circles.
But in evolution, everything has a punk phase. All right? And that's okay. We're not here to judge these fossils. Okay? We're here to accept them where they're at.
And analyze them. That's the question. Like in evolution, there's always a punk phase. And the question for us is, have we gotten there yet? We may be the pre-funk.
Pre-punk, post-funk. Human stage of evolution. That could be us right now.
Yeah, it takes a long time. These mollusks took, they were sitting in millions of years of punk and emo.
Another thing I think we can take away from this is that when you die, think about how you're going to look. Because it may be immortalized forever.
Yeah.
Okay? So
this could be the goth phase. In fact, for all we know, skulls are fucking goth. And when you die, you turn into a skull.
You can't argue with that. That's just the way it is. On the inside, we're all currently gone. All right, let's go ahead and move on to our next headline. If you could just help reading this out.
Do parents really have a favorite child? Here's what new research says.
Yeah. I mean, we all knew it. We didn't. They're not. We can't come out and say it.
No.
Like everybody knows.
Yeah.
This is just science confirming our suspicions.
And maybe we should come out and say it. Because like we all do know. I want you to raise your hand if you're a sibling. Whoa.
Now keep your hand up if you're the favorite. Yeah, we got a lot of goldies.
I am too. I know it. My brother knows it.
And going back to evolution, we think it's needed.
Yeah.
You know, you have the first one, but you have to keep the other one in the race, and nothing does that like competition. Right?
Yeah. My brother didn't do anything that I did growing up. I did sports. He didn't do any sports. He did debate and tap dancing. And that is a type of competition because we don't know who's going to turn out better.
The jury's still out. Been out for a long time. Yeah, it's important to diversify those skill sets. You know, in a family unit. You know, because if you're handling sports and other stuff, your brother's doing the tap dancing, you have to diversify. We don't just want sports. We also need some culture.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like, if my brother did sports the way I did, there would be a clear favorite. Because one of us would be better at sports. And then, like, there's no question. We need to keep the questions involved. And that is why we diversify.
I'm not gonna have you tap dance. I'm just thinking about it.
I can tackle the shit out of it.
Violence, always an option. All right, let's go ahead. I think we should have a scene,
Live from the
science
field.
scene, live from the field.
And we need you to describe it. It's kind of like popcorn style. Y'all figure it out.
Okay. Sure. It's a hole. It's a perfect circle.
It looks like a vulva.
I don't see vulva.
It's like this.
Is the vulva hole?
It doesn't-
Let's just get this clear, because one person said that, and I don't want to be misled. Doesn't look like a vulva.
Not at all. It's just a hole. It's a perfect circle.
That's something you need to check out.
It looks like.
All right, so it may be in some people's vulva.
Everybody's different.
Is the hole in the ground, or is it like in the center of the photo? And does it look like it's photoshopped, or is this like a real?
It looks real.
Looks real.
Wallpaper.
Imagine like a hedge-trimmed hole into a forest of trees.
Like a vulva.
Like a vulva.
Okay, imagine the Hobbit's door in the forest.
If a hobbit hole was like a vulva, imagine that.
I think we're gonna have to learn
This is what I don't because I don't understand. We are Narnia. If you go through that vulva, you're gonna end up in a wardrobe somewhere of a world that's less fantastic.
The scientific theory is that there's an infinite number of Narnias. An infinite number of wardrobes you can walk through. And the further back you go in those wardrobes, the shittier the world's going.
Yeah, we predict that at the base world, you enter a 2D dimension with squares and triangles, and they have caste systems depending on how many sides you have.
It's not fun. Unless you really like geometry.
Yeah. If you got a lot of sides, if you start approaching a circle, you're essentially a god there. If we were to go back there, that's hard to do because we have only now found our portal into the previous, like the un-Narnia of our Narnia. So that takes a long time to find the vulva.
How long does it take?
How long does it take? It depends on the searcher.
I don't know where it is. I don't know.
But, yeah, we would be, like, if we were, theoretically, this is not possible in our lifetimes or in our species time. We're only in our God phase. But if we were to go there, we would be some sort of, like, Cthulhu creature for the squares. Yeah. I mean, like, think about it. Cthulhu's a wild fucking thing for us to imagine. And for a two-dimensional circle to see us?
Yeah. There's like
It's true, it's all true. I'm still looking for the Narnia wardrobe, so if you see any cool looking wardrobes, let me know.
Yeah, that's the cool thing. If you go through the other way, you get cooler clothes. If you go backwards, not so cool clothes.
That's just the nature of wardrobe.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go ahead and move on. What is this final headline here? Do you want to read this out for us?
New twist and mystery of dinosaurs' origin.
That's right. New twist. They've been holding out on it.
Yeah.
They thought, oh, single cells become multi-cells, become, bacteria, all these other things. The dinosaurs, the way it looks, they just showed up. On their own. Probably from a wardrobe.
They were definitely going backwards.
They're too cool for this world.
Yeah, like the more we learn about them, the cooler they get. At first they were just like lizards. And now they got like all sorts of crazy feathers. Yeah. And that goes back to like what you die as. They thought they were like in their like 1920s flapper stage. But then they died and they just turned into like what, scary dinosaurs? What does dinosaur mean? Like big monster?
Yeah.
Somebody here knows.
Big lizard.
Big
Yeah, big
lizards.
lizard.
That's right.
Yeah.
We just thought they were lizards.
Yeah, but they were fucking cool.
Yeah, and I mean, they were around. They came back into our dimension, our Narnia space. And they were around for millions and millions of years just hanging out.
Yeah.
We haven't even been around like 100,000?
Not even a fingernail of a dinosaur.
What?
Not even a fingernail. If you imagine all the time is the length of a brontosaurus from its tail all the way through its body up to its head. That's all of Earth's time. Humans, in our current form, have only been around for a fingernail that entire width of time.
Not even.
Yeah.
It does.
It's incredible. It's mind-boggling. It makes you think, how many more phases do we have?
Yeah. They didn't die by a meteor, they went back into their world.
The second twist, the second lie.
And we were waiting the third. Next month, when you find us here at Dadurday Night Live, that's the real fake news.